Hello everyone. Today I'm going to talk about a very interesting topic, passion. A lot of you have written to me asking, should we take our passion as our careers? What should be our passion? How can I find my passion? So I'm going to address all these critical questions in this video. Continue watching till the end to learn all of these, and all of it is going to come from my own experience and not from reading any book or watching any video. So let's get started. What is passion? According to me, passion is something which you can wake up in the morning with full of excitement and say, I'm going to do this today. I'm going to spend my time on this topic because I just love it. Passion is something that keeps you awake all night, that makes you feel so excited. That is what is passion. So if you're thinking about trying to find what is your passion, think along these lines. If it helps you to find what are those things that really keeps you awake all night, you would wake up any time of the day or night and you would start working on it. Now, the second thing you want to think about is, can you take passion as your career? Now, let's be honest. There is less than maybe 1 or 2% of population in the world that can make passion as their careers. But that's not just the only fact I want to share. The other most interesting fact that we all need to remember is passion keeps changing with life, experiences, with age, with a lot of other factors. So what could be your passion when you're 18 could not be your passion when you're 30. So if you start taking right now whatever is your passion as your career, you may start losing interest in it a few years down the line. So the second point for you to consider is, will your passion pay your bills? Will your passion put food on the table for you? It's all well and good to love your passion. You may be a great singer. I was. When I was in year 10, 11, 12, I really thought my career is going to be music because I thought I was good at that. But I soon realized I wasn't excellent. And to really make music as my passion and as a career, I had to be excellent with the tough competition around me. So you need to consider, is your passion really going to feed you? Now, a lot of people keep writing books and putting on videos that please make your passion as your career. My dear friends, we have to be practical and realistic as well. And as I said, your passion can keep changing, and you can't just keep changing jobs all the time when your passion changes. My suggestion for you, if you are struggling to find your passion and to see if you can match your passion and career, is as follows. Number 1, write down what are the things that you feel you are good at from a skill perspective, from a behavior perspective. Second point, have a little bit of a startup mentality. When startups are starting out as an organization, they look at what are the problems the world is facing and how can they solve one particular problem. Similarly, look at what are the current challenges that organizations are facing, countries are facing. What are the common issues that people are struggling to find a solution with? For example, one of the things that I've often seen is when you go and park your car in a shopping center and you don't know where you exactly parked, it's very difficult to remember where you parked if it's a 3 or 4 story car park. So this is one small example of a problem where we still don't have a solution. So think about the common solutions that exist in the world and what are the solutions people are looking for these kind of things. Now, point number 1, I mentioned about your strengths, what are you good at? And then point number 2 is to find the problems that is existing out there. So the third point is to try and see if you can marry these two things. Is your skills and strengths matching with any of these things that you're finding out? Now for this, you can of course talk to people, you can talk to mentors, business leaders, network with people to find out this information and try to find the match. And if there is a match, you can start working in those kind of companies or industries and you will start doing very well. And the fourth point I want to mention is, if you don't find this exact match, it's not a big problem. Especially if you're young and you're starting off early, like you're 21 or 22, just try and work in a few different areas to try and see what do you really enjoy. It doesn't matter if you've taken away 3 or 4 years of your career. I spent 2 years of my career after graduation trying to figure out what is it I really like. And then I found out where my passion was and I started working towards that. Similarly, even if you have spent 3 or 4 years, don't stress about it. You will catch up on time. You will start doing better. That's a very, very important thing that I strongly recommend to everyone. And finally, if you're trying to figure out where you want to spend your career, at least for the next 3 to 5 years, try and choose something depending on who you are and what kind of talent and skills you have. For example, I often felt that if I had applied in top companies at those times, like the so-called IT magnates like Amazon, Google, Facebook, I would have probably not done so well. So you probably want to figure out a company which has a culture similar to kind of person you are. Then you start making a bit of combination of your passion, your skills, and a good company culture. So I hope these 5 things help you to not only figure out what is your passion, but also on a practical sense, find a job that gives you happiness to a good extent and finally gives you food on the table. But let me finish off by saying one very important thing. You cannot always have the best of everything. And what I mean by that as well is, you can always find a better company. Even the most richest person would say, maybe I should not be as rich. So the grass will look always greener. Try and live a holistic life, which is a combination of good health, reasonable wealth, happiness, good family, good friends. All this is what will give you a wholesome, happy, and a successful life. Whilst you keep chasing passion, don't forget, keep chasing obscene success. Thank you very much.